Hi, welcome back. We are on to lesson 3 today. For this lesson, you will need a straight edge, and that is simply something with a straight edge. I am using this little index card. You can use a piece of paper, the side of a book. You're not going to use your teddy bear. You're not going to use a tennis ball. Those things do not have straight edges, right? I'm not going to use my coffee cup because it doesn't have a straight edge, right? This is what we're talking about, straight edge, okay? So grab something like that, another piece of paper or something. And we are going to go ahead and get started. On the bottom, I don't know if you've noticed this, but at the bottom, it always says what we're working on every day. So right here, it says lesson 3, create scaled bar graphs. Right now, you're probably thinking, Mrs. Brady, I don't know what that means. Those are all foreign words to me. But by the end of this lesson, you're going to create a scaled bar graph. So get excited. Okay, let us jump right in. If you would, please read number 1 with me. It says, this table shows the number of students in each class. So you have class, we have number of students, baking, sports, chorus, drama. And then it says, use the table to color the graph below. The first one has been done for you. So as we pop down here, we can see on the bottom, it's what class we're talking about. The first one is we're talking about baking. And up here it said 9 students took baking class. So we go 2, 4, 6, 8. And then instead of going all the way up to 10 because there's only 9 students, they stopped in the middle between 8 and 10 because between 8 and 10 is 9. You got it. Okay, so let's see how many kids we have in sports. We have 16 kids in sports. So as we count up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. You can also look at the number of students, right? And just go up to the side and then kind of cross over. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cross here. And I'm just going to do like a light scribbling, right? I'm not going to fill in the whole thing. I'm not going to be perfect about it. But I am going to outline it just so that it's obvious what we're talking about. When we're done with this, if you want to take your time and color it, each class a different color and really get in there, you go for that, right? But right now, I'm not going to do that because I have a lesson to teach, right? And you have a lesson to learn. All right, let's talk about chorus. How many kids we have in chorus? It says 13. Now, what I'm noticing about 13 is that it's an odd number. So it's going to be in the middle of 2 numbers. It's going to be in the middle of 12 and 14, right? So let's count up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and we're going to go bloop right in the middle right there, okay? Same thing, just outline your bar on your graph and then just give it a little scribble in there. Look at that. Look at us creating a scaled bar graph. How impressive. All right, now, the last one is drama. How many kids are taking drama this semester? 18. We have 18 kids in drama. Let's count up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. We got to 18. We got a lot of kids in drama. It's a very popular class because it's so fun. And you get to be different people and different characters and play a role. Okay, let's just do our little scribbling of that in. And look at that. What a beautiful graph we've created, if I do say so myself. Let's move on. Will you please read A with me? It says, what is the value of each square in the bar graph? So this one square has a value of, if we go up, goes up to 2. So each square has a value of 2. So that is exactly the sentence I'm going to write. Each square has a value of 2. Excellent. Let's read B together. Write a number sentence to find how many total students are enrolled in classes. Okay, so let's do that. If we're trying to find the total, what operation does that signify? Did you say multiplication? Not quite. Did you say division? No, Mrs. Brady. Did you say subtraction? No way. It is addition. If we're trying to find the total, that definitely indicates addition, right? We need to add this number of students and this and this and this to get our total, the total number of students enrolled in classes. So our sentence, I'm just going to start at the top with baking, and I'm going to write 9 plus 16 plus 13 plus 18. I'm going to go ahead and solve for that. I would like you to do that on your own, and let's come back together and see if we have the same answer. If you would prefer to write this vertically, go for it. It's much easier to see when it's written vertically. I'm not going to do that, but if you want to do that, help yourself, right? I got 56 students. Am I right? Just use some mental math, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Well, hopefully you got 56 too, or hopefully if you didn't get 56, you got the right answer. Because guess what? Even teachers make mistakes. Okay, please read C with me. How many fewer students are in sports than in chorus and baking combined? Write a number sentence to show your thinking. So we're comparing the number of kids in sports, then in chorus and baking combined. So this is a two-step problem, yes? So I'm going to write over here, step 1. I'm going to write over here, step 2. And then down here, I'm going to write my sentence. What is our sentence? The question is, how many fewer students are in sports than in chorus and baking combined? So my sentence is going to say, there are blank fewer students in sports. Boop. Okay. So before we subtract the number of kids in sports, we have to figure out how many kids are in chorus and baking combined. So if we look back up at our, what's this thing called? Our little graph up here, our little table, we can see that there are 9 in baking and 13 in chorus. So our first step is going to be to figure out that total. So let's add 13 plus 9 to get a total of 22. You got it. So there are 22 kids in chorus and baking combined. So I'm going to bring that number over here, and I'm going to subtract the number of kids in sports, which is, if I look back up at my table again, I can see that there are 16 kids in sports. So I'm going to do 22 minus 16. What's 22 minus 16? What will we get? 20 minus 16 would be 4. Then I add 2, so 6. 6 students. And then I'm going to pop that number into my sentence. There are 6 fewer students in sports. Just like that. Okay, let's flip this guy over. Now we're going to get some practice reading and interpreting, the data on this graph. So let's read number 2 together, please. This bar graph shows Kyle's saving from February to June. Use a straight edge to help you read the graph. It says, how much money did Kyle save in May? So in May, I'm going to go to the top of May, And by using this straight edge, I'm putting it like right at the tip of where May ends, the May bar ends, so that I can see exactly where I am in dollars, okay? So you do the same thing. If you, this is, this problem set has 2 pages, so if you even want to use the second page, right, you can do that and go bloop, right there. I'm just going to use this paper because it's small and I like it. Okay, so there's the top. So it looks like we're 1 less than 35 because I'm pretty sure that these are in increments of 5. So this is 31, 32, 33, 34, and 35. So sure enough, how much money did Kyle save in May? Kyle saved $34 in May. In which months, let's read B together. Sorry, I'm not trying to speed Anya here. Let's read B together. In which months did Kyle save less than $35? Okay, so this is an easy way using our straight edge to know in which months he saved rather less than 35. Because if we put this right on 35, any bar that doesn't reach up to here are the months that he didn't save $35, right? In which months? I'm going to write Kyle saved less than $35 in February. Just going to write the abbreviation for these months. February. April's pretty short month. I'm going to write the whole thing. And in May, because we know he only saved 34. He was so close. Kyle saved less than $35 in February, April, and May. Excellent. Please read C with me. How much more money did Kyle save in June than April? Write a number sentence to show your thinking. Okay, so he saved more in June than in April. Let's use our straight edge to figure out how much he saved in June. So he saved 40 in June. How much did he save in April? April he saved, I'm going to count backwards, 25, 24, it looks like $23. So if we want to find the difference, when it says how much more, we're going to be using subtraction, right? That's the operation we're going to use to be figuring that out. So we want to take the bigger number, or the smaller number rather, away from the bigger number. So the bigger number in this case is 40 in June. And we're going to take away how much he earned in April, which I think I said was 23. Yeah, 25, 24, 23. I just counted backwards, counted down from 25, and I landed on 23, which was where he ended in April. So 40 minus 23 equals what? Got it? 17. Then we can write Kyle saved $17 more, $17 more in June. Okay. Please read D with me. The money Kyle saved in blank was half the money he saved in blank. How are we going to figure out what is half of what? I don't know. We can do this. What is half? So if we, just by looking at these bars, does one look like it's half of the size of any of the others? Like February and April look pretty close to me. Even May and April look pretty close. But if I look at March and April, it kind of looks like half. And we said that he saved 23, right, in April. So if 23 is half and we do 23 2 times, let's just add those together quickly to see what 2 times 23 is. 3 plus 3 is 6. 2 plus 2 is 4. So if he happened to save $46 in March, then we found it. And we're going to use our straight edge. And wouldn't you know it, he went ahead and he saved $46 in March. So the money Kyle saved in April was half the money he saved in March. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that. Okay. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to, well, hopefully you can see well enough because we're going to be interpreting this data and putting it in this table graph down here. So I want you to be able to see everything. So it says complete the table below to show the same data given in the bar graph in problem 2. So February amount saved in dollars. So these are going to be the months and these are going to be the amounts. Months, they have February written for us already. And if we use our straight edge, he saved in February $30. I'm going to write down here 30. The next month is March. And we know how much he saved in March. We just did all that work. Remember, we did the whole thing, the 23 plus the 23, and it was 46. Go ahead and write 46. April. In April, he saved half as much as he saved in March, which was, you got it, $23. We have this stuff memorized. How about in May? Did we read May's? Yeah, look. Kyle saved $34 in May. 34. And in June. How much did this guy save in June? Exactly 40. Nice job, Kyle. You saved a lot of money. That's a lot of Fortnite coins. Okay. I don't really know. All right. Well, now that Kyle has saved all his money and we helped graph what he's saving, we're going to move on to our last and final page for lesson 3. Will you please read the top with me? It says, this bar graph shows the number of minutes Charlotte read from Monday through Friday. Do you see how this is different than the graph we just read, right? This graph was up and down, and these bars are like this now. So we can read it in a similar way. It just looks different, but let's not freak out, okay? There's nothing to freak out about. We got this. You're not going to get the best of us, lesson 3. Okay, will you please read number 4 with me? It says, use the graph's lines as a ruler to draw in the intervals on the number line shown above. Then plot and label a point for each day on the number line. Okay, as a ruler, so these lines, I guess? To draw in the intervals on the number line shown. Oh, okay. So it's asking us to show the number of minutes on this number line. So we're going to start with 0. We're going to end at 70, I guess. And then just do your best to pop in 10-minute intervals. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. Now we need to plot and label a point for each day on the number line. So Charlotte read on Monday for how many minutes? I'm going to read. So last time we would read it, we read it this way, like going up. This time we're just reading it going across. So if I'm going this way on Monday, she read 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So I'm going to plot my point on 50, and I'm going to label it Monday. I'm going to write small because we have a lot to plot right here. And you know what I think we were supposed to do with these, sorry, my computer just went to sleep. Okay, everything's fine. With these dotted dashed lines, I think that was the only part we were supposed to put on the number line. So I apologize for my mistake. I know you forgive me. How about Tuesday? What do you know? She read for 50 minutes on Tuesday also. Wednesday, she read, well, maybe not. I don't know. On Wednesday, she read right in between 50 and 60 minutes. Exactly in the middle. What number is exactly in the middle of 50 and 60? If there are 10 numbers between 50 and 60, what number is in the middle of 10? You're right, it's 5, which means she read 55 minutes on Wednesday. I'm just going to abbreviate Wednesday and maybe draw a little line because I kind of drew it low. Good. How about Thursday? Again with the 50 minutes on the Thursday. She's real good at 50 minutes. Maybe that's her goal. Thursday. Okay. And Friday, again, she read exactly in the middle of between 20 and 30 minutes. And as you know, right in between of 50 and 60 was 55. Right in between 20 and 30 is 25. So right. So right. So this is for Friday. Friday. Fabulous. Okay. So we did that business. Let's read number 5 together. Use the graph or number line to answer the following questions. Okay. A says, read with me. On which days did Charlotte read for the same number of minutes? How many minutes did Charlotte read on these days? Wow, that's an easy thing to see. You can see on the number line, right? All of these are the same. You can see it on our did I say number line? Sorry, on the graph, you can see 1, 2, 3 days are exactly the same. And you can also see it on our number line. So I am going to write on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Charlotte, that's a comma, read for 50, kind of looks like an S, minutes. That's a beautiful sentence, and I answered both questions. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Love it. Okay, this is our last one, friends. We are near the end. Please read B with me. How many more minutes did Charlotte read on Wednesday than on Friday? So when it says how many more, what operation does that signify? We talked about it on the previous page as well. Remember? Yes, we got to subtract. We got to start taking things away. So we are comparing Wednesday and Friday. So I'm just going to look at our number line since it's so beautiful. So it looks like Wednesday, she read 55 minutes. So I'm going to write a number sentence. I'm going to write 55, and I'm going to take away the number of minutes that she read on Friday, which was 25, equals 55 minus 25 is 30. You got it. Minutes. Now I'm going to write my sentence. The question is, how many more minutes did Charlotte read on Wednesday than on Friday? I'm going to say Charlotte read for 30 more minutes on Wednesday than Friday. And that's lesson 3, peeps. We did it. Tomorrow, please come on back. I'll be here for lesson 4, and then the next day we'll be doing lesson 6. Mrs. Brady, you forgot lesson 5. We're actually going to skip that one. So There you go. I will see you back here tomorrow for lesson 4. Nice work.